Hello friends, we are here with your monthly reading, and today we're using the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. We've also got my Galactic Oracle deck. I'm gathering the cards right now. But the Galactic Oracle deck, which this deck you can find on my website, palmistry.com. The link is in the bio. There we go. And then I'll be using the book that I just recently published, Turning Inward by myself, Ashley Palmer, to get us some more or additional messages. So we'll set that to the side. But let's go ahead and start with tarot. I'm going to switch it up a little bit this month. So we'll start with love, and then we'll do career. And then I guess we'll do just general. I feel like that hits the marks pretty well of what people tend to ask or look for. So let's start with love. What does August have in store for us? And just to kind of tap into the energy, feel free to just breathe deeply. And if you have a specific thought or intention or question, you can kind of send that out. Did you see that? The little flicker from the candle? My goodness, the energy for August. I'm excited to look at the astrology. I haven't really looked yet. But I know Venus went retrograde. When was that? Like July 20th? Something like that. But also, I've rebranded my candles. This is my own personal candle put into a glass container that I've had previously. But I've got 3 new candles on my website, completely rebranded them, and they are set your own intentions candles. So with them, there are no crystals or herbs or anything. You set your intentions, you write your own petition, add your herbs, add your crystals. I just felt like switching it up, and I felt like doing it that way just made sense to me. So for love, we have got the 10 of Pentacles, which I'd say is a good energy for love. We've got the King of Presents, which is the King of Pentacles. And then we've got the 4 of Wands, or 4 of Candles. So I'd say this is a good energy, honestly. If I'm looking at this as maybe past, present, future, maybe in the past there was a situation where you, I don't know, maybe found someone interesting, someone that interests you, someone that kind of has the complete package in some sense. Now, not anybody is going to just be everything that you're asking for and wishing for. There's always going to be different things that just make us different, and we have to be open to the idea and thought of that. Not everyone is going to be perfect in our, or hit all of the marks on our list. We have to be open. But this person feels really good. It feels like they're really stable, especially with it being the King of Pentacles or King of Presents. Very stable, very certain in what they're doing. I think they might be a little bit possessive over their possessions, or even just their territory or their stability. Maybe just very, very stern, certain, and methodical, logical when it comes to their life, their well-being, and who they are. I feel like this is someone who might have presented something to you, or is presently presenting something to you, a offer of a commitment of some sort, or some sort of stability. Someone who is the King of Pentacles, they're offering the biggest offering that they can. It's not anything that's just small and kind of frivolous and might happen, might not happen. This is someone who is certain, who knows what they want. They're there for a reason. They know their intentions, and they are not uncertain about what that looks like for them, or for the both of you, because they do have a specific, again, intention in mind, thought in mind, etc. But either way, I would say whatever you're asking about, it looks good. It looks positive. The 4 of Wands, I see this as, if you think of the 3 of Wands, I kind of see it, I guess, well, the 2 of Wands. We'll start with the 2 of Wands. Is someone standing there with their wands. They see these ships coming in. And I feel like there's like this progression of seeing this thing play out for you in the very beginning, knowing that you have a passion for it, putting in the energy, and then you start to see the results. And then you start to be able to experience these things. But I feel like the Four of Candles, just in general, is like a very passionate sort of energy. A energy that kind of maybe lights a fire underneath some of all this offerings and things. But I will say, with the presence being here, the Pentacles tend to have a slower moving energy. So if you're expecting something to happen quickly or move fast, or expecting a quick offer, if these things maybe haven't played out yet, I would be a little bit more patient, give things a little bit more time, and recognize that just time needs to play out here. Pentacles, again, is more of a slower moving energy. This Four of Candles maybe like lights a fire underneath that energy, with it being fire energy. But overall, just know that there's some patience that needs to happen here before getting to the Ten of Presents and the King of Presents. And just knowing that stability takes time, it takes growth, it takes constant effort. And for something to really be able to last a lifetime, or have some longevity to it, we won't necessarily say lifetime, but have some longevity to it, I think it's good to be open to the fact that things take time to build. It takes time to know someone, to really feel them out. You have to be in different situations with them to know what they're like, what they're about. You have to see them with their family. You have to see them with their friends. You have to see them even just going through a drive-through or at a restaurant ordering their food, or going through some sort of mishap where you can kind of tell their character by how they treat people. So say you go out to eat, they're treating people poorly because their food turned out wrong, whatever. Maybe you go out and they always have something to say, always have something to complain about. Maybe there's a repetitive pattern of them saying one thing, doing another, or a repetitive pattern of, thinking things are going one way, and then, things kind of die off, and it's just like, what's going on? And then they just tend to always have an excuse of some misfortunate event that has taken place. So again, just kind of being considerate of all of the factors, allowing yourself to really take time to know, is this really a King of Presents presenting a Ten of Presents to me? Or is this someone who's presenting themselves as the King of Presents? If we think of Jack Skellington, he's really just the Halloween Pumpkin King. Halloween Pumpkin King. He's the Pumpkin King. And so, he's presenting himself as Santa Claus, the King of Presents, but really, he might be the King of Swords, which is a very, very different energy from the King of Presents. And that could even be like the King of Swords reversed. Maybe some more of the negative qualities of the King of Swords, I suppose, or even like a Page of Swords. They're acting like they're grown, they've got things together, they're stable, but really when it comes down to it, they're indecisive. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they want out of life. They just always have something to complain and whine about, and everything is bad for them, and etc. So again, allowing yourself to take that time to really get to know who is under this costume. Are they wearing a different costume and pretending to be someone else, or are they really wearing their own clothing, being themselves? But let's pull a card from the Galactic Oracle just to see what else is going on. But maybe actually I'm going to pull one card for my single humans. So like maybe if you're in a relationship, I would say relationship humans, paying attention to the partner or a person that you're with or people that you're with. And again, I guess making sure that they are who they say they are. They are presenting things that make sense, that are realistic, that are real and true. Their actions are matching what they're saying, and it's like they don't even have to speak sometimes. It's just they do, and so you just know. You never have to question. Is that their real personality and persona and who they are? Or are they this Page of Cups or Swords trying to present this grandiose offer when they really don't have much to offer at all? and they're just trying to seem like they're this person. So being aware of who you're with, what they're presenting, and being honest with yourself. You know, this could be a really great energy where someone is super passionate about you. They show it all the time. They might be presenting some sort of gift to you. I would say it's a large gift, especially with the 10 of Presents here. Or this might be something where you have to kind of question who you're with, their personality, their character, how passionate they really are in this situation. Are they being their full self, or are they kind of pretending about things, presenting things, and giving gifts that they really can't afford to give, or don't have the capacity to? And then for my single people, just gonna pull one card. The 9 of Presents. So I would even say, like, very similar energy. I feel like this is something where, even me placing it here, being comfortable with kind of being present with yourself, dating yourself, giving yourself gifts, and being in this space where you are passionate, you have a passion sensually and maybe artistically and within the things that you're doing, but also you feel comfortable being alone, being single, being by yourself. You enjoy your own company, you date yourself. You do the self-love and self-care. You show up for yourself by doing the healing, whether that's going to therapy or, working with a shaman for different things, whatever it might be. Everyone has their own way of healing and dealing, and that is perfectly fine. I support it as long as you're doing it. But also, I feel like for you, you might have things lined up. You know what you want to do. You're in a good space where you're able to make choices, and you don't really have to do things out of feeling like, out of necessity. You can do them more out of just knowing your worth. And I feel like this is a really good space to be in. So you really have to be cautious about any of these energies that present themselves, and really choose an energy that not fulfills, well, I guess fills you in some way, knowing that not everyone is going to meet all those needs and check all those boxes, but they have to add to this. They can't distract you from this, from your self-love, your self-care, dating yourself, your passion, your sensuality, your Shakti energy, your showing up for yourself and creating stability and being organized and building a business or growing in your career and really creating that foundation for yourself. This person cannot disrupt these things, so you have to be paying attention to who is in this costume, but they have to be adding to these things. So let us look and see what the Oracle deck says. Ooh. Make space for new beginnings. I'd say that's for everyone, even within your current relationship. We'll do one for my single friends. Focus on your passion. Literally was talking about passion. Appreciate the process. Literally said that as well. There's another card in here that was flipped upside down, I thought. Here it is. Be still, be silent, and be aware. Everything that I was saying to you, my single people, focusing on your passion. You are growing something big, something important, something that means something. Continue to focus there. Make sure that anything you invite in, anything you make space for, it just adds to this. And appreciate the process. Again, know that some of this stuff is slow moving. Finding someone worthwhile, spending your time with, that's going to be a slow moving process. You're going to say no more than you're going to say yes. And then be still, be silent, and be aware. Using your intuition and really tapping into your intuition to make the best decision possible about anything love related. And then for my taken people, I'm just going to see what flies out, so it might not be the same amount of cards, unfortunately. Time for internal cosmic travels. That is for you, my friends. My taken friends. So do some internal work. Do some work with your guides, your ancestors, any beings you work with, any extraterrestrial beings you might work with, whomever is on your team. I would go ahead and connect with them. And we'll do one message here from Turning Inward by Ashley Palmer, which is me. Look what I mentioned earlier. Therapy. Whether that's going to therapy, doing shadow work, literally just said this, or partaking in another therapeutic practice, therapy. Do that internal work, my friends. Do that internal work. All right, let's get into career. Love went on for some time. I don't know. Maybe I'll just upload this, do the timestamps, and then if you guys are interested in one or the other, you can watch one or the other. Or actually, I think I might do general as the extended for my Patreon folks. Just thinking out loud here. Don't get mad at me, YouTube fam. But if you'd like to see what happens in the store and generally in our lives within August, you can find yourself, make your way over to the Patreon. Link in the bio. So let's see what we've got for work, career, money, stability, second house things. We're talking astrology. We've got the 7 of Candles. I always see this as like seeing some sort of competition, like in your realm. Maybe noticing like other people coming for your job, your position, maybe people coming for your reputation. Maybe you stuck up for yourself and, you know, people want to talk over here and there. When you know what they're about, they're not good humans. They're not doing things out of love, unconditional love, and wanting to really better the world. They're doing things out of their own gain, wanting to make money. They're taking advantage of people. I'm going to turn down the brightness a little bit. I'm sorry, my friends. There we go. I think that's better. But yeah, just having to be aware of all of that, and noticing where that competition is. I feel like a big message I always feel with this card is that even though you have all these other things happening on the sidelines and things look sticky and it's like, geez, everything's just going on at once, I think it's recognizing that you are this middle candle. Even though it feels like everyone's coming for your position, nobody can be you. Or even if you're a business owner, even if you feel like other people are making things similar to what you're making, like I can't tell you how many times when I started my business, I started to see other people that I knew on Facebook who used to like my things all the time. And then they started to make these businesses where they sold very similar things to my own products. But it's funny because you'll see those things pop up and maybe you'll feel some type of way, but it never really lasts very long. And you'll realize that you're the one that is consistent. Your flame stays lit, and then all these flames on the side, they just kind of start to die out. And it's like, what's really going on here? And they were trying to emulate you, but they couldn't be you. They didn't have your drive. They didn't have your focus, your ability to do what you do, create what you create. They didn't have your mental energy. So I think just knowing that if this is a job position, knowing that if this position is right for you, it's not going to miss you, because what needs to be fulfilled in that job description, only you can fulfill, and that will stick out. People will recognize that, will notice that, and will put you in position. And if it's a situation where you're kind of bummed out, things didn't really pan out with the position that you thought you would get, don't get too upset and too down about it. I feel like a healthy amount of rejection is necessary in our lives. And sometimes, I don't know, you know how the universe works, where it's just like we feel like there are different things that are best for us, but we don't always have it right. Sometimes it's a matter of just allowing things to pan out and trusting and appreciating the process. So knowing what's meant for you will not miss you. Even if you are a business owner and you have clients and you know things are a little bit slow, manifesting the clients that make sense for your business, for what you're doing, and really allowing yourself to believe that they'll make their way to you, and just pouring all of your energy into that, and even setting the intention for consistent clientele who consistently see and recognize your ability, are willing to pay your worth. You don't have to drop your prices and, you know, cut yourself short. You can be your most creative self, or whatever it might be. I don't know, I'm just thinking, I'm rambling at this point. But different qualities that only come out in the things that you make, you create, the services that you provide, etc. So knowing your worth, knowing that you are this candlestick, your flame is burning strong and is going to continue. These other candles, it seems like they're burning strong. They're trying to keep up with the momentum that you are setting the standard for, but they're not going to be able to. So just knowing the pull that you have. Let's see. You guys gotta give me some more cards. Anything else we need to know about career? Like, you said it all without the cards, honestly. Knight of Needles. So I'd say be aware of any offers that you might be receiving these days. I guess I feel like the Knight of Needles, especially in this depiction, is a smooth talker. I always say used car salesman. You go to the used car lot and they just really want to sell you a car. They don't care if you need it. They just need to meet their quota at the end of the day, or their amount or number of commissions. And so they'll say anything, do anything to get you in that car, but it might not be what you need, or it might not even be a good car. A good example is someone that I know bought a car at one point, and the dealership barely cleaned it out. There was a bunch of dog hair in the car, a bunch of trash in the car, and you know, they would do anything to get you in that car. They maybe even make the front seat and passenger side look really nice, and then completely neglect the rest and just hope that you buy it. And then once you get it home, it's like, well, you signed a contract. So be aware of even what contracts you sign, what you get yourself into, especially during this Venus retrograde. We're going to be experiencing this energy through September, through August into through August into September, my friends. So just being aware of that, being aware of who you're connecting with as well. And even just with clients, making sure that you're not wasting your time or taking or accepting offers that are way lower than you need to be accepting. Don't lowball yourself this month at all. Make sure that you are even maybe upping your price and being diligent about accepting the work and help and clients that really match and mesh with whatever you're working on. But I almost see this as like a boss sort of energy too, if you're working for someone, where someone is just kind of conniving, sneaky, snaky. Maybe they gossip a lot with the other employees in the establishment, and maybe whenever it seems like you've done something wrong, they immediately turn to one of the other staff members that are nearby and, oh, they should have had this together. I don't know why they didn't have this together. We shouldn't be doing things like this. And just kind of micromanaging, creating a really toxic work environment. Someone whose intentions seem to be for the better good of everyone, but really is more so just for themselves. And they just kind of want to be this candle. And the only reason why they're able to stay lit is because all these other candles are kind of giving them their fire, their energy. And while they're dimming themselves, this one is just building itself up. So I'd be aware of working with her for anyone that has this kind of energy where their intention is just solely based off of their pockets or the organization and wanting to see things happen in a certain way. And they just kind of adopt people into the organization and, you know, pump them up so they'll do whatever work they want them to do, and then they'll kind of dismiss them later on when they've gotten what they wanted out of that person. So just be really aware, be careful about all of that. So I don't know, I feel like that's all I've got for career. I think I hit a lot of different marks. And since we do have some time, I'll go into general briefly. But then if you want to see the rest of that, you'll have to catch the extended. Ooh, that was a good card too. Appreciate the process. That literally jumped out of my hands. I wish you could have seen it, but I don't have a lot of space for shuffling over here. Oops, that one slipped out. Pay attention to your intuition. I feel like that goes very well with this card. If you're looking for someone, someone might be sneaky little snake. So you gotta be aware of that. This one wanted to flip. Do what feeds your soul. So if you're thinking about trying something different, going into something different, do what feeds your soul. Make that decision. Do it in a way that makes sense and is smart and, you know, isn't going to hurt your pockets or put you in a bad position. But doing some planning, paying attention to your intuition, and appreciating the process. So that was career. If you want just a brief, I have to do a book page. Goodness, I cannot talk today. It's like my brain moves faster than my mouth, or vice versa sometimes. All right, 3 slipped out for general. I'll just show you guys one. But otherwise, here's what we've got as far as our career message from Turning Inward. It's okay to feel good that things didn't work out and still feel the grief of the loss. So if you maybe lost a job or a position and it's like, well, geez, this feels really strange and weird. It's all right to feel strange and weird, and it's also okay to feel good about the fact that you don't have to do that anymore. We love that. We love a healed human who values their time. So for general, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Wands. I feel like it's like an extension of that one energy where it's like someone is just kind of taking all this energy and building themselves up, and they're almost like becoming a monster as a result of it all. But I even see this as like maybe someone's birthday, celebrating someone's birthday, celebrating someone's life, who they are, what they're doing in the world, who they're becoming, and showing your appreciation. I could even say this is like a very motivated, fast-moving energy. 8 of Wands. There's so many things I'm thinking, but for one, candle magic. If you don't do any candle magic, maybe tap into it. Might be something that's good to do this month. I know people say not to blow out your candles, but I personally like to. I feel like you can make whatever rules when it comes to your own magic. But I like to. I feel like it continues to put my intention in there. People say it blows it away, but I feel like I'm blowing my breath onto this candle. Like I'm, it's a part of myself almost, physically being put into the energy of this candle. So, doing some of that, some manifestation work. And we'll pull one oracle card, let them meet you in the middle. So that's all I've got for you guys for the general. If you'd like to see the rest of the cards, you can find me on Patreon and subscribe to a tier for the month if you'd like. But if you have any suggestions as far as videos you'd like to see more of, whether that's yoga, tarot, or more art process videos, let me know. But I hope you all have a great August, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.